What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Coach Black, your internet, relationship, and breakup coach. Today's topic: your ex will always come back to you if you do this. 100% of the time, guaranteed. Now, I know what you're thinking. All right, coach, 100%. Now you're taking this too far. And I get that. I understand your skepticism because, quite frankly, if you're looking at things from the perspective of where your ex is at today, then you probably feel like there is no hope. If you are visualizing everything that they said to you when they walked away and how certain and how sure that they sounded that they wanted to end things, you probably think that they will never come back. And so I understand how you feel. But I hope this video, one, gives you the clarity that you need to see things from a different perspective, and also for you to understand that your ex is no different than anyone else. And I'm going to highlight to you in this video how your ex can go from being distant today and tomorrow being the one that is chasing you and trying to resolve the breakup. And it really comes down to one main thing that we're going to talk about here in this video. So buckle up, because this video is going to take you on a ride. But it's really not a stretch. It's not that difficult. And here's the bottom line. So for 1 second, let us take you and your ex out of the equation. Let's just look at a relationship in the most basic form. Why do people get into a relationship? What is a relationship? And so for you to understand this, I want you to think about everything that you bring to the table, right? Just basically your time, your effort, your energy, your money. Think of all of those things as intangible, limited resources. Now, to make it simple, okay, we're just going to lump all of those things and use a simple analogy. Let's call that your money, okay? Your effort, your energy, your time, your finances, all of those things, we're going to lump them into one bucket and call them your money, okay? This is what you're bringing to a relationship. And a relationship essentially is an investment vehicle. So for those that aren't really into finance, an investment vehicle is basically a place that you park your money and you expect a return on your investment. So a bank account, the stock market, real estate, cryptocurrency, okay? These are all investment vehicles. So when someone gets into a relationship, they're taking their limited resources, their time, their effort, their energy, their money in this analogy, and they're putting it into an investment vehicle. Okay, and they're expecting a return after they make this investment. The return in a relationship can be something like joy, happiness, building a future together. All of these things are, sometimes they're tangible, but they're also an experience, right? The things that we get out of a relationship. And when a breakup happens, what it basically comes down to is that your ex, deep down, feels like they can get a better return on their investment somewhere else, period. So look at it as one bank is offering you 3%, but there's another bank on the market that is willing to offer you 8%, okay? Most people will naturally go to the second bank. This is simply human nature. And so if you want to guarantee that your ex will come back 100% of the time, you simply have to upgrade the investment vehicle. If you can promise your ex that you will give them the best return on their time, their energy, their effort, then it will be a no-brainer for them. There will be no doubts, there will be no question, and they will choose to come back to you with joy and happiness. This is simply what a breakup comes down to. And so to upgrade the investment vehicle, you simply have to improve the experience of being with you. And these are some of the things that we talk about when we say work on yourself. You must do this. When you ignore basically the most important part of no contact, yes, you may get your ex back because of distance, but a lot of times it will be temporary. If the experience of being with you does not change, if you never upgrade your life. You never work on your fitness. You never become more attractive physically. And you need to be honest and critical with yourself. Okay, am I truly the best that my ex can do? Okay, and you don't have to answer that question right now. Take some time and think about it. But if you're neglecting to focus on the most important part of the no contact journey, which is upgrading the experience of being with you, then you will either never get your ex back, or you'll only get them back on a temporary basis. Okay, now the second thing, you might be saying, okay, well, what if I work on myself and I do all these things? How is my ex going to know? Well, this is where no contact comes in. Giving your ex time and space and distance to reflect on what they have lost will naturally draw them to you. Now, a lot of times they're drawn to you out of curiosity. A lot of times it's just their ego making them come to check and to see what you're doing or how you're doing. Now, this is where you get to showcase the upgrade. Okay, very important. And this is also why, for a lot of people, it's difficult to get your ex back quickly. Okay, think about who you are and how you showed up to a relationship and everything that you did. Think about that as having a credit score. So in your ex's mind, when they left, let's say your credit score, the overall experience of being with you, was a 500. Okay, and so the reason you can't get them back so quickly, your ex knows it's going to take you some time to either change the credit score and go to a 700 or 750, or they think that you cannot or are not willing to do the work to get to that level. So it's very difficult for your ex to come back quickly a lot of the times because they truthfully will not believe that you have changed. Okay, so one, combine this time that you're spending in no contact to work on improving yourself. If you want to guarantee your ex will come back, it is that simple. Why? Because your ex is a human being. And I say this time and time again in my videos, your ex will always do what is in their best interest. This is human nature. Okay? There was a book that was written years ago, and you should check it out. I think it's called The Selfish Gene by Richard Dawkins. Okay, and I don't want you to look at this in a negative perspective, but I just want you to understand human beings a lot of times are innately selfish. It doesn't mean that we're evil, and it doesn't mean that we cannot do nice things, because we can, and a lot of us do every single day. But you can bet a lot of money, okay, that most people, most of the time, are always going to do what is in their best interest. And so when your ex comes back out of curiosity and they're looking to see, what changes you've made or what improvements that you've made, you can guarantee that if you are their best option, now they will be chasing you. Okay? I want you to think about this simply. Let's just say that you got a job offer from Facebook, right? And Facebook called you, for whatever job that you do, whatever position that you have today. For some reason, Facebook is willing to pay you in that position $600,000. And they call you, they say, hey, we want to make you a job offer. We see what you're doing for XYZ company, and we love it. And so we're going to offer you $600,000 to come work for us. All right, you're excited. You go tell your family and friends. And let's just say you don't hear from Facebook for a week or 2 weeks. What is likely to happen? Are you just going to walk away and say, oh, well, I guess they didn't call me back? Or are you going to do everything in your power to make sure that you close that gap? Are you going to call the recruiter or call whoever was trying to offer you the job to make sure that everything is seamless? And for whatever reason that they missed the communication, you will be willing to do the work to close that gap, to make sure that you secure your future at Facebook. Again, I can guarantee that you will do that because you're a human being. This is normal. This is natural. And so if you go to work on yourself and you actually are more critical and honest about the things you have to work on, what are the things that went wrong in the relationship? What are the things that you dropped the ball on in your personal life, in your professional life, and go to work on those things. And all of a sudden, when your ex interacts with you, it's almost like that job offer from Facebook. They would be out of their mind if they walk away from someone that they believe was their best option. They just wouldn't do that. Anyway, if you have any thoughts, comments that you would like to share, go ahead and drop them down in the comment section below. I appreciate you for doing so. If you want to talk to me one-on-one, the quickest way to do so, the best way to reach me is to click the first link in the description. I'm also going to keep it in the pinned comment so that you can click that and you can book a coaching call and we can talk. Also, I just released some t-shirts and hoodies and hats. So if you're watching the video right now, you'll see something pop up on the bottom, which is my store. So if you're interested, you need to go take a look. The shirt says, love endures, okay? And I truly believe that. If your partner or your ex is really your person, right, this is just a tough time in your relationship journey. Right? True love is always going to endure. So if you want to check those shirts out, go ahead and look down below, or you can click my channel and look for the store tab. Look for the store and you can pick whatever it is that you like. If you want to support me, if you want to make a donation, you can send a super thanks in proportion to the value that you got from this video. I appreciate you for doing so. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of the future videos on this channel. And hit the bell so that YouTube tells you when I upload new videos. Thanks again for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.